So since we're halfway through the Premier League season, let's take a look at the players who've surprised us by how well they've actually performed. Richarlison. Alright, be honest, how many people knew who the hell Richarlison was this time last year? The 20-year-old Brazilian was signed by Watford last summer from Fluminense and has completely taken the Premier League by storm, terrorising defenders up and down the league and helping himself to 5 goals along the way. Pundits have compared him to a young Cristiano Ronaldo. Alright, it was Jamie Redknapp, so let's not get too carried away. But he does look an exciting prospect. Instead of flitting into obscurity like many a Watford foreign import, Isaac's success did not live up to his name, and don't even get me started on Mauro Zarate. He's been a revelation. Who knows, maybe even Real Madrid and Barcelona could come sniffing around for him. Although, to be fair, I'm not even sure they've ever heard of Watford. Ashley Young. For the last few years, Ashley Young has been a bit of a joke figure at Old Trafford, with many wondering why on earth the club were still employing a washed up failed winger whose best years were left somewhere in the previous decade. He couldn't even catch a break in the avian world, with a bird using his mouth as a public toilet in recent years. But this year he's turned it all around. Not only has he managed to keep his jaws firmly shut when pigeons are in the sky, but the 32-year-old is one of the first names on Man United's team sheet, slotting in as a left wing back this season, with the memories of Luke Shaw banished to yesteryear. Young has even found himself called into the England squad, about 5 minutes after the golden boy of English football told him to retire. Bit awkward. Tom Cleverley. Another man who was heavily criticised at Old Trafford, and let's face it, with good cause. Tom Cleverley is a man reborn this season. After jumping from club to club in recent years, after everybody soon wised up to the fact that he wasn't Man United's midfield saviour. To be fair, I think we realised that in 2012, along with the fact that the world wasn't going to end. He's finally settled at Watford this season. Under Marco Silva, he's looked a terrific player, playing with drive and desire. Just forget that last minute penalty against his former club, where he nearly took the ball boy's eye out. At the age of 28, could Cleverley get himself to a World Cup? Well, if Loftus-Cheek is in the reckoning, who knows? Although, to be fair, being Irish, I don't really care. Nick Pope. I guarantee last season many a Premier League punter would have asked, who the hell is Nick Pope? Actually, scratch that, nobody would have cared. The Football League journeyman had been slumming it in the lower leagues for most of his career when he was picked up by Burnley last season. The man had never played a minute of top flight football when he was given the gloves this season following Tom Heaton's injury, and you would be forgiven for thinking Sean Dyche's men were going to be expecting some goalkeeping howlers. Think Jack Annick 3 years ago. But no, the 25-year-old has not put a foot wrong, even earning himself a new contract at Turf Moor. Heaton might even have a battle on his hands when he gets back. Mohamed Salah. This one goes out to Jose Mourinho, who must feel that every player he sells these days turns out to be a superstar, which doesn't reflect very well on him. He could probably flog Lindelof, and he'd probably end up winning the European Defender of the Year award the following season. Anyone who's kept an eye on Mohamed Salah since leaving Chelsea knew he was a talent. But even he must be surprising himself with his form this season. He scored 19 goals in 41 games for Roma last season. He already has 15 and it's not even December yet. He's in the running for the Golden Boot and has scored more goals than any Liverpool player had managed in an entire season since Luis Suarez left. Oumar Niasse. Yeah, you might be surprised to see an Everton player in here, and you know what? So am I. I think it says a lot about how poorly the Toffees recruited that the club were actually gutted about losing Oumar Niasse to a diving ban. The man who was so far out in the cold under Ronald Koeman, he was close to catching frostbite. He'd barely got a chance at Goodison Park before this season, had scored 4 league goals on loan at Hull City last campaign, but purely due to the fact that, well, there's nobody else, he's been given an opportunity this campaign and has repaid the Toffees' faith, or desperation, with 6 goals in 9 appearances. It's not his fault, everybody else in the Everton side has been bordering on useless. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.